Hello everybody, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play The Elder Scrolls Battlespire. Now, I'm putting this little intro here because, well, for a few reasons. First and foremost, if you look at the date of this, you might notice it's been 2 years between the last episode and this episode, so it's been a bit of a gap. I have been just a bit busy, being married and buying a house and having a child. Those tend to take up your time. But this has always kind of been hanging over my head and bugging me that I didn't finish that last episode. And I always hate it when I'm watching a Let's Play and they didn't finish it and I'm just kind of stuck there. And I didn't want people to experience that with this, which people probably already have in these past 2 years. So I need to finish this, so here it is. Took me a while, I got there. Now another thing. For some reason in those 2 years, my computer decided that it doesn't like headphones anymore. It doesn't read any headphones I put into it. It doesn't even acknowledge that there's anything plugged in. It acknowledges my microphone. It acknowledges the speakers on this crappy TV I'm hooked up to. But it does not read any headphones whatsoever. I've tried updating my audio driver. I've tried updating my motherboard. I've tried everything I can think of. It just does not want to do it, so I'm kind of at a loss. So what's happening is I'm going to be doing post commentary on this. So I've already got the whole level completed and I'm just going to go through it and comment. Usually I like to do live commentary to kind of tell you my process, but this is fine, and it might even work better this way for this game just because I had to do a lot of editing. There was a lot to cut out, because this level can be rough. And there's also lots of little moments where I just was sorting my inventory and you don't want to see that. So I cut out all the boring stuff just to get straight to the action. Anyway, last time, from what I can remember, I had a hard time remembering exactly what was happening in the game, but last time we were getting help from our friend Batasha, who was guiding us through this whole Battlespire experience, through the little notes she was leaving us, but she was captured by Mehrunes Dagon, who's been causing this whole mischief. So we need to defeat him, and to defeat him we've gotten a few things. We've gotten his Proto-Nimic, his Neo-Nimic, we've gotten the whole Savior's Hide armor set. We are almost ready to go, so we are now in his domain. What we need to do now is get to him and defeat him. So there may be some moments where you'll need to pause to read some notes or stuff that I pick up along the way, or some conversations. So just to let you know ahead of time about that. Anyway, here is the actual game. Alright, so we are here in the final level, finally. So there's going to be a note here. You're going to want to pause to read it. It's going to have some interesting information about what to find here and what to do, but this level is pretty straightforward. There's not much deviation from where you need to go. In terms of the entire game, is actually the simplest level in this game, surprisingly enough, since it's the last level. But yeah, this area definitely looks a lot like Oblivion if you've ever played Elder Scrolls 4. Which doesn't surprise me. I'm guessing that's where this is supposed to be, since Mehrunes Dagon lives here and we're after him. Ouch. So anyway, we immediately start with the fight. Now this area, as you can see, is surrounded by lava everywhere. One of the hardest things about this area is the fact that there's a lot of knockback from the enemies, and if they knock you back into the lava, you're probably not getting back out. So it's good to just restore. So you're going to see me saving this game a lot. Pretty much practically after every single enemy I kill, I save the game, because yeah, these enemies, they're also the toughest enemies in any level. They really get to you, especially this one. When I first had to kind of start doing my test runs for this game to kind of get my bearings on it again after all this time, this one gave me lots of trouble just getting past this very first enemy right here. But yeah, these have always been a thorn in my side throughout the entire game. But that's why I've been saving my arrows. You'll hear me saying this a lot, but I've been pretty much saving all my arrows, all my potions, all my enchantments, everything for this one level, because this is where the battles really get serious. Because, yeah, you'll see me healing, going in here and healing a lot with all my little healing items. So, yeah, just gotta kill her, which was actually a lot easier this time around. I tried to record this earlier. Well, when I was recording the actual gameplay, I had recorded for almost an hour, and then I noticed that my recording software decided to poop out on me. So I had wasted a ton of time. So that was fun. I'm just having trouble getting back into the groove of this whole recording thing. Anyway, if you notice here, this is an island over there. You click that, you can make a little bridge. I remember reading a thing on how to get through this level, and person suggested using like a jump potion to jump over, not realizing you could push this over. Which, yeah, I can't. This might trip up a lot of people on the very last level and don't realize you can push that thing over. Because I don't think there's any other time where you do something like that. I know you can interact with a lot of stuff in this game. This is a great game. But anyway, yeah, pretty much every single enemy uses magic. And you see, oh, yeah. So that's me showing what can happen. You knocked into there a lot. If you saw in the upper left, there were all those status ailments I got. Those are ones that can just drain your health. They're not even poison. I'm not even sure what they're called. There's just so much of this game I still really don't know. I don't know all the finer details of it. But oh well, you don't need to play it and enjoy it. But yeah, there's that one at the upper left for some reason. Sometimes that'll happen where all of a sudden you'll just get this complete spell resistance where you're immune to spells. It's they'll cast a spell on you that has that effect. I have no idea why. I don't even know what that one's called, but oh well, it works. Anyway, I'm stuck on this little ledge. I almost fell into the lava, but didn't quite fall all the way in. I confused the heck out of that guy, so I was able to kill him without too much trouble, but then I had to remember how to jump so I could jump back up. Like I said, it's been years and years since I've played this. It's in the back of my mind to finally finish this game up, and it's worth finishing, definitely. And if you want a punishment, it's worth playing. Yeah, we're on this island because there's one thing we need to get here, and it's something that we read about in that scroll at the very beginning. There's pretty much one more thing that we actually need to kill, Mehrunes Dagon. Oh, I don't know if you noticed there on the left there are some healing crystals. There's actually a lot of those in this game. They're really generous with those, and they're generous with healing potions. I feel like they give you kind of a break in this very, very last level, because they want you to get through it. They want you to get to the end. Battles are tough, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. That's what we've been dealing with. And yeah, like I said, you'll see me saving a lot. You won't see a lot of loading though, because if I do end up falling into the lava or dying, I just cut that out. You'll see lots of cuts.
May have underestimated you,
this is someone we read about.
It is not a mistake I will make. But I must admit to a certain tingling of curiosity in anticipation of your actions and your fate. And so I propose the following conditions. Do not offend against me, and I will not offend against you. Offend me, and expect no mercy. Do you agree?
Unfortunately, you can't really negotiate with her. You have to kill her because she has that sword, that one final sword that will actually kill Dagon there. And basically, you just gotta take her out. But yeah, on this little island where there's always lava at your back, it's a bit difficult. But I think we can do it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you say to her. You can try to negotiate and stuff, but yeah, you don't really have a choice, which is too bad. But yeah, it kind of sucks because if you end up getting to the very end of this level and have passed this person by, then yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. I'll just tell you that much. You need to have every single thing required to kill Mehrunes Dagon before you get to the end of this level. So luckily they provide something for you a little bit later too, which I'll point out by the time we get there. Yeah, I just have the hardest time like remembering exactly all the details of what was needed. I know we needed the Neonimic, the Protonymic. I don't even remember how we got those. I remember we needed the Armor of the Savior's Hide, which we got from that hunting lodge place. And there was more to it too. It's been so long. If I were a better Let's Player, I would have watched through my entire Let's Play to get more caught up. But I hate the sound of my own voice, so I decided against that. Pick up my arrows. Another time you'll see me cutting quite a bit is when I'm going through inventory, because I gotta do that trick where I pull out all the arrows in my inventory so I have some space, grab the stuff I want, then put the arrows back by equipping them as I put them back, which lets me go past the waypoint, which is something I'm pretty sure I talked about in this episode of Let's Play. Yeah, a lot of these guys too. These guys usually aren't too much trouble. There are a few of those that will cast spells too, but usually not too bad. It's just the knockback you gotta worry about, as with every other enemy. But yeah, that was a fancy little cut I did there to where I actually was getting all the stuff in that inventory. Because you still want those sigils that turn you not invisible, but let spells go through you for a certain amount of time, because it's very, very useful. Don't know what I'm doing here. I think I just had to pause for some reason, but alright. Yeah, you don't want to speak to this guy. He doesn't. I don't know why they set him here and say he wants to speak to you. He just says, "Die, foolish mortal," and you're like, "Oh no!" And then you kill him. And let's get some more stuff. All right. So yeah, this island, like if you look at a map, it pretty much like kind of goes in a circle, and then once you get to the end of that circle, you find a way to get to the inner circle. But we'll get there when we get there. Jerks here. Bane my existence the entire game. I remember that much at least. Man, I had a lot of patience back in the day. Wouldn't have too much time for a game like this nowadays, especially for a Let's Play. I don't even have time to do my commentary here, but here I am. Because I didn't like leaving this unfinished. There are too many times where I've seen YouTubers just leave a project unfinished after I've already pretty much watched all their videos on it, and it doesn't make me happy. Yeah, I recorded the intro to this like a couple weeks ago, so I don't even remember exactly what I said in there, so you're probably going to hear me repeat myself a lot. I hope you're okay with that. I'm not the best commentator, so I don't really have much to say about this other than just takes a while to kill these ladies. Like, these fights you see, it seems like they're going alright, but what you're not seeing are like the 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 failed attempts to actually do it correctly without dying or being knocked into life. Yeah, I had to be careful not to die because I think I mentioned it in my Let's Play before, but there's this stupid bug in the game where if you, like when you die, it just tosses you back to the main menu. If you die like 4 or 5 times, then there's a bug where your cursor disappears and you can't interact with the game anymore. You literally have to just shut the game down and restart it. And that's always annoying. And these guys can be annoying too, because sometimes they kind of like blend in. You don't really see them until they're right on you. Maybe just, you know, I'm kind of colorblind, so things blend in sometimes. So Okay, I go up here, but there's not much up here. Of anything besides that guy. But it's always good to just clear everything out, because who knows when he's going to decide to come down and sneak up behind you. That's happened to me. I'm looking around up there, but there's actually nothing up there. There's another identical area where there is something useful, but not this one. Anyway, yeah, there's me picking up all this dropped stuff. There's also some potions over there I probably picked up off screen just now. They've just got potions lying everywhere, so just be on the lookout. Pretty hard to miss. They're helping me out, and I've got like between 40 and 50 healing potions already, not to mention all the enchanting items and my healing spells I have. Like, I wonder how much different this game would be if I had been like a pure magic user, like using offensive magics. Usually, I don't like to do that in games because then you have to pay attention not only to your health and your inventory and everything, but you also have to pay attention to your MP. I definitely played this different from the very first time I played it on my own because using bow and arrows helped quite a bit. I remember my first playthrough of this game, there was a level that didn't have any sort of healing area, and I used up all my healing items. And I didn't have the enchantment that I do now that like lets you heal if you just kind of stand there for a while. And I had one of those horrible flying ladies in the way of a doorway I needed to get through, and I was about ready to pull my hair out because I thought, well, I'm completely stuck now. And actually, like, restarted the game and did the first level using a sword and bows and arrows. I was like, wow, this is great. I should have been using a bow the whole time, but I decided to give it one more shot. Went back to my save and was able to get past her and get to where I needed to go and beat the level, and it was all good. But yeah, that experience taught me, 1, to collect bows and arrows, and 2, also make sure at the very beginning give yourself the perk of being able to have regenerating health. Even if it is slow, it's helpful. Like at this point in the game, it's a bit too slow. And it's a bit too tedious to wait for, but early game it really helps a lot. If you need it, you can just kind of stand up to the side, let your health regenerate, and then go back into the brain. Luckily these pulls are here and block this magic. So I didn't have to waste any of my enchantments to make myself ethereal or whatever you call it. What's weird is like there are these guys with the horns. I think these, yeah, those are the Daedra Great Lords. It's hard to read from what I'm seeing, but then there are also like these Daedra Princes that don't have horns, and for some reason they're more powerful, the ones without horns, which you think it'd be the other way around, but oh well. And I always have a hard time finding which save I want to do. Do you remember I had like certain different saves, because I've learned to always have more than one save spot. One's for when I'm safe and not in battle, one's for when I'm kind of in danger, one's for when I'm right in the middle of battle. Just so if I'm in the middle of battle and I'm just getting screwed, I can kind of go back to the safe thing and readjust and do what I need to. Yeah, I remember playing Sierra games and playing one where I decided to just use one save spot for the entire thing and really screwed myself over literally at the last like 10 minutes of the game. So yeah, I learned a lesson that day, which pretty much all adventure gamers learn at some point. So use more than one save spot. Also helps with left plays too, so I know which plays to do. Got health draining. Do I realize? Do I die? Oh, this is me reloading. Usually I cut those out. I must have missed that one, but oh well. So I saw I was just about to die. And like in this recording, I only ended up dying like a handful of times, luckily. Anyway, yeah, there's another one of those towers over there, and that's the one that has some special stuff. But yeah, usually those areas also have some wraiths to watch out for too. See? Oh, that one died easily. But you want to be careful here because it's very possible there's a ramp that just leads down, but it's very possible to accidentally miss the ramp because you can't really see it. Just fall right into the lava. But yeah, like I couldn't even see that guy, like even when I was like staring right at him. Let's use some healing. I know I was able to assign the healing to a hotkey, which would have made things a lot faster. Don't know why I didn't do that, but I rarely use the healing anyway. It didn't really do that much. It was more of a desperation thing. Yeah, up here there's more healing crystals, luckily, so you can use those to restore your magic power and your health on that side. Now, if you remember, they do, even though it shows them disappearing, they do come back after a couple minutes. So you can go back to this anytime you want. Like I said, this level kind of shows some mercy at the end here. So just collecting some items. See how smooth that cut was? Not smooth at all, really. And there's a guy I missed. It's like heading back to like get this basket of goodies too, and this guy appears. Yeah, it's a slug. It's like a really short level, but you just have to fight enemies like every step of the way, so it takes a bit. Yeah, it's like the smallest level in the entire game. It is just, it's 99% lava. You just have to walk through these pathways, and the only real detour you need to make is to get that sword, and that's it. Otherwise, it is just straightforward. And they give you small islands with these ladies who like to push you right off. It's like, I don't know if I noticed this in the main game, it's something I forgot, but it's like, in the upper right, if you see that like target symbol, that means that you're aiming at something you can shoot at. I don't know if I realized that when I was like actually playing through the game, but I realized it here. I started using my arrows a lot more in this last level than I did throughout the rest of the game because I wanted to save the arrows for very good reason. I'm still not fully committing to arrows yet, just for well, for the end. You'll see you'll see what happens. I don't know why I didn't cut this out, but oh well. I'm not perfect. Yeah, I figured like this video would probably be twice as long if I didn't cut out all the failed fights and didn't cut out all the inventory management. Yeah, if I didn't use that little exploit with the arrows and exceeding your weight capacity, that would have made this game a bit more difficult, and it doesn't need to be any more difficult. Take any advantage I can get. And I guess while I'm still fighting here, I can talk about something I discovered that like just barely came out on GOG.com, which is a new version of Daggerfall. Like somebody modded it with the Unity engine. So some of the graphics are really good. They modded some like quality of life things in it. It looks really good. Something I wouldn't do a full let's play of the Unity version, but it'd be fun to do like a short sort of a show off of it, since Daggerfall, as much as I love it, is a very flawed game, and this mod pack, I guess you could call it, is something meant to improve the quality of life. And it's cool that they just like released it on GOG, and they released it for free too, so I was able to grab that. And it definitely looks good. I didn't really play too much on it. I want to play some more. I might even do my own full playthrough on it. So like I said, I do like that game. Something I need to check is if they fix the maps, because one of my biggest grievances of that game was how horrible the maps were. Ooh, I'm about to die. Come on, Gamesmith, heal yourself. Alright. So now let's say just killing lots and lots and lots of these horrible winged ladies. And lots more inventory management, and going back to the crystals to get some healing before I get back into the fray. Because even though I have tons and tons of healing stuff, I still felt the need just in case to sort of preserve what I had. Because you never know. These are some tough, tough fights. Yeah, just like if it looks like all repetitive, like I'm just going around in circles, like nothing's happening. But we get somewhere eventually. It gets a bit more exciting. I don't know why I'm like heading back here. I'm guessing I'm starting over here to collect some items. Yeah, because I always want to get those sigils there. Those are always helpful to help the enemies expend their magic on you without you getting hit. Because they really make the enemy magic OP in this game. Like really, 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 really bad. Like this would be a good game to remake and make it a bit more balanced. Alright, make sure we don't fall off, and more enemies to deal with. Let them expend their magic. Yeah, luckily I was able to get into a position where their magic is just like blasting against that pillar, and if you're lucky you can also get them to like kind of use their magic against each other. Like if an enemy is in front of an enemy that's using magic on you, then it hits them instead and does damage to them, and any advantage you can take helps a lot. Like you'll see that really help out in a thing coming up. And another status effect on the upper left, I have no idea what it means. This is the thing, they can like, they hit you with all those spells, and not only are they doing damage, they're also putting up debuffs on you. This game really isn't very good at telling you like what the debuffs are. And same with the enchantments, they have like all these like randomly named enchantments. Where like I literally had a list pulled up on my phone. So all these years I've still had that list pulled up so I didn't lose it. Of all the enchantments in the game. Which it doesn't even have all of them. I remember there was some where I'd look it up and it wasn't in the list. Or there's some where like, what does this enchantment do? Look it up. This enchantment doesn't have any known effects, so it just does nothing. Which I don't know if it was like a bug or if something was dummied out and wasn't fixed. Who knows? This game has many good things as it has, it also definitely has its flaws. But yeah, it's like a game no one talks about. I like to learn more about its creation process. It'd be really interesting. But yeah, it's like I mentioned in my update video not too long ago, there's a new channel where the guy who plays Curtis Craig in Phantasmagoria 2 made his own channel and like started interviewing like all the different people who were involved in Phantasmagoria 2 and has expanded to like other people in Sierra and LucasArts. But it's interesting to hear like the creation process of Phantasmagoria 2 as well, because the ending of that game left a lot to be desired, and it turns out it's because they ran out of budget. Like this big final ending that they had, that they even had like the script for it, they're going to show sometime. It was going to be so much bigger, so much grander, and then they just weren't able to go through with it, and just kind of did that lackluster ending that you see in that game. Anyway, that chest right there, that's a repair chest, or whatever it's called, where any item you put it into it repairs that item, but it can only be used once for that. So
I decided to use it for one of my healing items. I don't think I show it. I think I cut that out, but... Yeah, more healing crystals. This is our third set we've seen so far. And it won't be the last. If we really have these towers, it would be interesting if they had, like, added, like, some way to go inside and explore them, but... I guess we've got enough on our plate already. Yeah, you see another cut while I collect some stuff. Make sure you don't miss the ramp. That's easy to do. Oh, and that area down there that I just looked at, that's an area that a teleporter later on will teleport you to, just in case you need to come back for any reason. Okay, here, one of these guys dropped a note. You can pause and read it, but that name is important. It's like an invitation to whoever that name is to come on through to Dagon. So the fact that that person, demon, whatever, has a personal invitation to come through is important. Yes, the last level doesn't have too many puzzles, but there is a couple. So yeah, we have this door with more healing crystals, another set. You click this, and asks you to identify yourself, so... Well, since that Daedra person was identified in that letter, let's put in that name, since we know that they were invited by Mehrunes Dagon. Remember, I had to, like, make sure I was spelling the name right, because it's a weird name, like Lemekwe. There we go. I love this next part. It's pretty cool once we actually get it. It takes me a sec to figure out how to make it work, and also this guy's tossing spells at me. Yeah, then I realized I had that cool buff where magic doesn't work on me, so I was taking advantage of that and letting him spend himself out. Now he's pissed and trying to get to me. Yeah, I decided against trying to get to him. But yeah, you notice there's that huge crossbow. So I'm like, alright, let's do this. And then I'm realizing, wait, how do I do that? I'm like, looking everywhere. Oh yeah, there's some potions here. But I think I decide against taking my time to grab those. Because I'm near the end and I'm just wanting to get there. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, oh, there's a little lever right there. Pull that, and you automatically jump on top of that arrow, and it shoots into the wall and brings you to the center portion here. Which I think is a pretty cool detail. This game definitely does some really neat stuff. Same thing with like how awesome Daggerfall is, like when you look at the meat of it, where it has some really neat ideas, especially that very last level, which I still argue is the best final level of any Elder Scrolls game, surprisingly. Flaws. We're not quite done yet, but now we've got this middle part, and I don't know if I like really took a good look at it, but at the very center there's a huge building, and guessing that's where our enemy lies. So just heal a bit, because I've got all these cool healing items. This guy. Yeah, they take so many hits and they dodge you so much. Yeah, I think that if I had to fix one thing about this game, it would be the battle system. Which seems like an awfully big part because it's called Battlespire. And I remember, like, back in the day when I started getting into Elder Scrolls, and before this was really readily available, I remember reading about Battlespire and thinking, wow, this looks so cool. I thought it was like more of like an arena battler thing, and always wanting to play it. Finally the day came and ended up being a lot different than I thought, but in a very pleasant way. Oh, Yeah, see, like, there's some race that randomly can just cast magic. It's weird. And I can kind of, like, climb up that wall there. And there's another one coming up. You're going to see me pass him by. There's a very good reason for that. Now, let's say somehow along the way, you lost any piece of your Savior's Hide armor. You lose any of that, you cannot win the game. Well, this guy, he's unkillable, but if you talk to him and you've lost any of your Savior's Hide armor, he will give it to you. And that's definitely a blessing. But that's why he's unkillable, but he'll still attack you. Oh, and I just got knocked off the side because there's also guys above me. Like, I'm kind of like making my way upwards, but there's like guys up there that are tossing spells down at me. I don't think this is the guys. I think it's the next wraith coming up here. Yeah, so he's completely unkillable, but if you talk to him, you can get that armor. So that's a nice little thing of them to do, because I remember that level where I was freaking out because I thought I completely lost my armor, like I could not find it, when I was in that hunting lodge area. Oof. I was about to beat myself up for that one because I thought I was going to have to redo the entire level from the beginning. Oh yeah, now I'm draining health again because of that debuff. Hopefully, yeah, it drops off. Okay. So slowly make my way to the top. Almost there. We're slowly getting to the most difficult battles in the game. You'll see why. Yeah, potions everywhere, like I was saying, they just fill you up, and sometimes it's a good idea to, instead of going through the whole inventory rigmarole, to just kind of use them right then and there. But then I remember, like, one part of my inventory, imagine I was looking at all my potions, I was like, why do I still need these water breathing potions? I don't. I just, like, threw a bunch of potions away that I didn't need anymore. Don't need water breathing, don't need jumping. You just need healing. There's a ethereal potion that is useful. Remember there was one enchanted item I had. I don't remember if I ended up using it in this cut here. Oh, there's me getting knocked off. But there's one enchanted item that, like, summons a wraith that fights by your side. I know, like, I ended up trying to use it in, like, the final battle, but it was, like, such an enclosed space where it wouldn't even let me. Yeah, here comes a very, very, very tough part. Because up here, there's, like, 6 or 7 bad guys that want to kill you very, very, very badly. And they are guarding this building with their lives. This is, like, Dagon is pissing himself right now because he is very scared of us. He doesn't want to admit it, but he's scared. So let you expend your magic. You gotta be careful and watch your buffs on the upper left, because when that wears off, then magic can hit you again. Yeah, I'm very much in danger, so I save that to the danger spot. Especially with all that stuff going on in the upper left there. I don't even know what all that is. But I'm going to heal myself and hope that stuff wears off. Like, you just see me saving more and more and more. I don't even, like, my sword isn't even showing because I'm using it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing here. I think I'm just going through items to see if there's anything else useful I have besides healing stuff. Because I know I had stuff that like kind of like gives you a defense buff. I don't really end up using those much here because in the end they don't really help all that much. Because I got some good stats. I've been like leveling up my sword, my defenses, but these guys are just way OP. It's very broken. So yeah, oh. Like I said, I did my best to cut all those out, but oh well. Got a spare potion there that I don't use for some reason. Maybe it wasn't a healing potion. And that healing did not do very much at all. Yeah, it's sort of a dice roll with some of these things where sometimes they'll like heal you all the way up to full, and sometimes they just won't. They'll just heal like a couple points. Luckily those debuffs wore off so I can heal some more. Alright. So I'm using one of these things to be ethereal. And then when I go up here, something pretty cool happened. Like these guys start like tossing all their spells, but they start tossing them like at each other because they're going right through me. And it ends up being very beneficial to me because they do a lot of damage to each other here. Spells being tossed at me right now. I'm having to like use a few of these things to get what I want and then fighting. I don't know why they even like throw wraiths at you anymore. And there's still like 3 or 4 guys up there that really want to kill me. Even one is challenge enough, so having a few of them like that. Yeah. Yeah, you also notice that building has a barrier in it, and what I had accidentally cut out in the video is like once these guys are dead, they like drop their stuff. There's a couple of entry sigils you need to get through that barrier. So yeah, these guys need to die. Like it prevents you from just like rushing in there and avoiding them. So yeah, equipping some arrows. Like I said, this is what I've been saving my arrows for. This is like one of the main spots in the entire game I remembered and was preparing for. This spot right here is just insane. Like I said, these guys with no guns are probably the hardest enemies in the game. Anyway, main goal is go up, do a few hits, come back down, heal up, go back, repeat. some reason I like to gather in that little corner there. Don't know why. Yeah, if you kind of like draw just one of them out to get them one at a time, that really does help. But their pathing algorithms can be super weird sometimes, where they'll be following you, then sometimes they'll just like turn away and walk the other way, and you have to kind of go lure them back. Please die. That's what I'm saying to myself. Please just die. Sometimes it's like you'll like be in this extended fight with them where you just cannot hit them, or where you're hitting them a million times and they just aren't dying. Where like 2 hits from them, like my dodge is pretty good, but still like 2 hits from them and usually that's enough to kill me. As good as my defense is, as good as the armor I have is, they are still way, way, way powerful. So I got one of those guys down, still a bunch more to go. Yeah. I used up all my arrows there, so I had to refill again. So what sucks is when you have this, like, what shows a quiver of arrows, but you really only have, like, 1 left. But yeah, I end up using a very, very good amount of the arrows I've been saving up. Alright. And, I keep kind of, like, passing over that thing. There's, like, a little, like, circular glowy pad over there. That's the teleportation pad that takes you to that place I was talking about. That, small island that'll take you back to sort of the main outside circle. That's there in case you need to go back for any reason, especially if you need to get that sword, if you missed it. But I didn't need to use that. Man, I forgot how long this battle took. There's so many of these guys. Like, I'm just getting overwhelmed all over again just watching it. It's definitely a game of patience. You don't want to just be rushing in. Which is not something I'm good at. It's something I just kind of got tired of dying, so I had to adapt. I think there's like 3 of them left. Alright, 2 of them left. I think I even like accidentally killed one off screen because she kind of disappears and I thought she was dead. And then when I was like getting my bearings again and starting to gonna start recording again, she like pops out of nowhere. That's one strategy I use, is to just kind of like keep my distance, shoot an arrow, get my distance again, shoot an arrow. Don't let them get down if you can help it. Freaking these guys, these like short horn guys or no horns or whatever they look like. They're the real menace. Whew. And down he goes. Yeah, there's still one enemy left up there that I kind of end up forgetting about. Yeah, look up the items. There's like a few like special items mentioned in that letter in the beginning that like one increases your hand-to-hand combat and one increases your jumping, and mostly they're just useless. You don't want them. Like everything I want equipment-wise, I've already got. I don't know why I'm going through this stuff, but... Alright. So yeah, I think I'm in the clear. Or maybe I realize I'm not. I forget. Maybe there was like more than one extra enemy up there. Yes, there was, because there was her, which I do end up killing, but there was like another that just snuck up on me while I was getting to it, because I like had to split the recording up. Like after I finished this battle, I ended recording for that day. But yeah, like those baskets, you got to get the entry sigils to be able to get past that gate there. So yeah, what you don't see is me getting that. Yeah, you can get through, and there's more healing crystals. I think these are the very last ones in the game. Make sure you get those, and then when you open up, prepare for even more battle. It's not over yet. For some reason I decided to like go over my arrows. I think it's because I'm trying to find like good arrows to equip before I get in there. And like whenever I make my preparations, I always like to save. Cause I hate having to like redo everything I'm preparing for. And yeah, like you walk in and are immediately getting blasted. Like they do not give you an inch of leeway. Just let him spin himself out. I'm stuck up there, so I can just kind of shoot him at my leisure. Yeah, this is it. This is the final leg of the game right here. Mehrunes Dagon is in this building waiting for us. And if you remember, he has our pal Vatasha, and we gotta save her too. Which we actually never really see her throughout the entire game. She's just kind of like ahead of us, just like helping us out and leaving us notes and supplies. Luckily, I've got that special buff to protect me from magic, which I don't even know if I realized that at that point. Just found himself out yet. Like, it's just so unfair. You see how like fast they toss out that magic. You literally have no other choice but to use special items to dodge away. At least they run out of MP. Like if they didn't, then this game would just be unplayable. It's funny because I completely forget, because I make the mistake thinking, oh, this is the last guy, isn't it? Because I forget everything that this building entails, which is a lot more. Got a few more guys. They're protecting their master, whatever it takes. And I'm just like going through my stuff thinking, what can I use? What can I use? Like I'm at the very tail end, so I might as well just use what I have. I'm saving it for this reason. Almost have him. It's just lots and lots of chasing around. You'll be seeing lots of this near the end here. Oh, and he knocks the sword out of my hands. I forgot about that. I forgot they could do that. That always sucks. So I'm having to reload on arrows again. Get those in there. Hopefully we can freaking kill this guy there, because there's sometimes where there are enemies where just a few shots and they're dead. I'm able to kill them in like a few seconds. And there are guys like this who just will not die. Luckily I got him stuck behind there and killed him off. Like I said, for some reason I had it in my head that, oh, that was the last guy, that was it, I'm done. So I was like, I'll just leave that sword there. I already have my Moon Reaver sword, I think it's called, and that's all I need to kill Dagon. But you'll see here in a sec that that is not quite the case. Alright, if I can stop faffing around in the inventory here. This is just me, like, dumping a bunch of stuff, and I didn't mean to take that sword out. That's the sword I need. See, I'm just like, alright, I'm good. I should just take all this stuff out, and I had enough to get that sword. There's a bunch of potions there, some arrows, which I'll be getting in a second once I realize I'm mistaken. But I'm always curious to see what are they leaving behind here. And I get 2 entry sigils today. I only really need the 1. Yeah, then I looked at that door and realized, well, crap, there's bad guys behind there. So, yeah. More guys to kill. That's still not going to be the end. Luckily, I think he ended up, hitting himself with his spells because he was so close to that wall that when they were hitting, they were splashing back on him. Which was nice. It's always good when that happens. Alright, do some healing. Another guy to kill. But luckily he gets stuck there. That's always nice when they get stuck. I'll take any advantage I can get, even if it's cheap. If you're watching my videos long enough, you know I'm not afraid to use cheap tactics and take advantage of any exploits I can. Just how I roll. I ain't got time to super challenge myself and take hours and hours of training and practicing. I just got other things to do, got other games to play. Although, mad respect for those people who do that kind of thing, who can freaking go through Dark Souls without getting hit, or that kind of thing. Man. I know, back in my heyday, when I was a teenager, that's the kind of thing I could have done. I've been, only had a limited amount of games and not really much else to do, especially in summers, and you could just practice and practice and practice the same game over and over again until you were just an expert. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'd go back for my sword, which I do. I don't even think I end up using the sword. I don't remember, but yeah, there's an elevator here that's going to lead to what I consider the final battle, and you'll see why in a sec. And lots of potions, luckily. But they're so spread apart that it doesn't show them all at once if you click on one. Maybe I don't get my sword. Or maybe I got it off screen. No, I think here's me realizing, man, maybe I should grab that. Yeah. Alright, so definitely be super prepared before you get on that elevator up there. I mean, it's not too much different from all the stuff we've been doing, but for me, I definitely consider it the final battle. I don't know why I didn't just cut this part out. Yeah, lots of potions to grab. But we're almost done. We're very, very close. Yeah, I've got tons of arrows, got tons of healing. So, this final battle shouldn't be too difficult. I do remember still having some troubles with it. But you'll see. I'm like hyping it up. It's really not that big a deal. It's more of the same stuff, but I have to get past these. Once you get on that elevator, be ready. Yeah, I'm going to use one of my ethereal thingies. Because they start casting spells even before you run up here. And yeah, this is what I consider the final battle right here. You're in this enclosed space with all these crazy people who are trying desperately to murder you because you are right at Dagon's threshold there. And I'm just like looking at all the different stuff I have, like maybe I should put some protections on. Yeah, we're just in this tiny enclosed space full of the hardest bad guys in the game. But all the stuff I've been saving the entire game is paying off now. Man, I got so many debuffs going on right now, but yeah. Just heal up and keep going. Got all those potions for a reason. Keep like walking backwards, try not to get stuck, which I do for the yeah, this isn't my first attempt. On my first attempt at battle, I thought I had it done. I was so happy. I had one guy left, and then I ended up getting like wedged in a corner, and he killed me. I had it saved, so I had to kill these guys all over again. Luckily, their magic killed off that one-winged seducer lady. And then the Major Princess, the hardest guys in the game. Oh, there's me getting stuck there. I just remember, like, the very first time I played this game, like I said, I did not use arrows. So this made this a lot harder to get through. Wow, that guy still had magic. I remember like looking for like a good amount of arrows so I wouldn't have to like switch too much. I'm sure there was a better way to manage my inventory and equipping arrows and stuff, but oh well. So yeah, this is final battle here. Like, I know we haven't seen Dagon yet, but you'll see what that does. But this is really the truly final battle. Just running and gunning, running and gunning. That's what's going to be for the next couple minutes or so. Going down. Yeah, it's better to do this than face them like head on. And I learned from my mistake from before and save a lot, like when I make any kind of progress. We got one stuck back there. So save again. The last guy. Boom. finally. Yeah, all those friggin' forces that Mehrunes Dagon threw at me could not stop me. So yeah, coming up here, there's going to be a lot of dialogue and like certain dialogue choices that I make that are pretty long. Of course, since I'm doing post commentary, like I don't read them out loud, so you're gonna have to like pause and read what my responses are to him. But yeah, it's pretty good. So you have to activate these 2 orbs here. It gives you a portal. And there he is. So make sure you are putting on that equipment. You want to put on all your Savior's Hide armor. And you want to make sure you have your Moonreaver sword equipped. The one that we just got earlier in the level. You don't have all these, you are dead meat. Every single thing needs to be equipped. Don't know why I'm throwing this other stuff away, because there's like pretty much nothing else left to do, nothing else left to collect. So, yeah, and if you've ever played Oblivion, yeah, this is exactly what it looks like in there too, so I love how they like keep that consistent. Anyway, I'll stay quiet here.
At last. I trust I find you in good health. I had wondered at your delay. Congratulations. Your armor of the Savior's Hide protects you from the magical forces that paralyze your friend. You are well prepared, which is exactly according to plan. Some important and valuable artifacts have long eluded my grasp. And now you thoughtfully bring them to me. Come now. Surely a Daedra prince can fear no harm from a humble creature like yourself. Well, I must say, I am impressed. Bravo. You are a promising student. However, I am afraid I must inform you that without my neomimic, the protomimic will do you no good. What? Why, you arrogant little bug! You think you can suck the power from me and cast me into oblivion? Well, it is not so simple as that. So long as my power is anchored to this world, I can resist the outflow of my magicka. If not forever, then certainly long enough to blast you and your incantation into component syllables. And consider, fool, no mortal weapon ever forged has the power to sever my anchor to this realm. 1,000 curses! You are right, mortal. I have been a fool, Mistakes have been made, but no more. You will die now, before more mistakes are made.
Alright, as soon as this ends, you want to hit him. And there you go. And if you don't hit him right away, he kills you. And that is an Elder Scrolls Legend Battlespire. So you notice it freezes at the very last little bit there. You don't really miss much. You see some rubble, and then you see a beam of light shoot up from the rubble, and that's about it. You can probably look up the ending on another YouTube video to see that last couple of seconds there. But yeah, that is it. We finally defeated Mehrunes Dagon. Battlespire came tumbling down. I'm pretty sure that beam of light shooting out means that it was his spirit escaping back into oblivion or whatever. But who knows? They didn't really elaborate on that. But what's cool about that ending is, like, you notice how you go up to Vatasha and you free her and carry her out. Well, if you're playing as a female, I'm not sure like what the name of it is, if it's still Vatasha, but your friend is actually a male, and so it's a male model that the female's carrying out, which is pretty cool. With that little attention to detail. But yeah, this game, how many years to complete? Like I said, it's been over 3 years by a few days actually here. And yeah, this is by far the hardest game I've ever had to play. And I mean not just like the hardest game to Let's Play, I mean the hardest game I've ever played. It is brutal. Like, for example, I just barely beat Dark Souls just a few days ago. First time ever playing a Souls game. Battlespire is harder than Dark Souls. I think just to say that it's just more unbalanced. Like I was saying, the battle system just doesn't work. Like, I'll just get the negative stuff out of the way. The battle system for Battlespire is super broken. The RNG can be pretty atrocious when it comes to like landing your hits and them landing their hits and all the magic and trying to get your stats up. Like, you can't really grind in this game. It's like once you get to a next level, whatever stats you decide to put on yourself, you're stuck with those until you beat another level. Can't reroll or anything. So yeah, but there's that. That's just, it is what it is. You follow my instructions, you can cheese the game. But for story, it is an amazing story that's so often overlooked. You never hear Elder Scrolls people talking about this game. And like the puzzles and the environments are just amazing for their time. It's just, I think this is such a great game. And it's worth playing, especially if you can figure out what I never could, which is to like hack your stats to be max, and so your battles aren't even a problem. They can have fun just making your way through each level, each environment, through all the dialogue. So overall, would I recommend this game? It's a hard one. Just you've seen it played through, so play at your own discretion. You've seen how cheap it can be, how broken it can be, but you've also seen how fun it can be and interesting it can be. I love all the Elder Scrolls games. I love all the lore. I do hope to continue reading the books from the Elder Scrolls series, because I feel like having an audio version of those would be great. I'm not the best audiobook person, but I am someone who's willing to do it. So, yeah. And, yeah, as for the future of this channel, I still do want to do other games. Probably nothing as complicated as this anymore. It's not gonna see much in the way of RPGs anymore, though I do really, really, really want to do Redguard as well, because that one's definitely worth looking at. As for like Elder Scrolls 3, 4, 5, I doubt I'll end up doing those. I really would like to do Morrowind. There's a better chance of me doing Morrowind than the other ones, but we'll have to see. It would have to be with some hacking on my part to kind of cheese it a bit. And, yeah, still more to come from my channel. Like, I can't guarantee any schedule, any regularity. There'll probably be huge gaps between recordings. It is what it is. I have a very busy life right now, but I still do enjoy these. I still do enjoy showing off these great games. So yeah, that is it for Battlespire. Finally completed. Really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.